There's a barrel over there. You might have seen me shoot it just now. That's a good way to take out a lot of them over there. If you, of course, I mean that would only be for a port with mouse look. I don't believe that you'd be able to do that in like Chocolate Doom, for example. Well, that was weird. I don't think I ever saw that before. Guy got shot through the window. I do have to say though, and I'll mention it more as it comes up, some of the traps that occur in this level could be well, I would say for sure it's probably the best of episode 1. I mean, I'm not that familiar with episode 4 to be honest, so I don't know how that would compare, but I know at least for the 3 episodes, I would say it's probably the best level in terms of design traps. I always hated this part with the elevator going up and down. It's hard to get anything done. Takes a little while, I guess. Like this trap there. When you're playing for the first time, you wouldn't realize that there's a whole other trap on the other side of the room that opens up. I would say it's probably one of the more dangerous traps of episode 1. Oh, if I were you guys, I'd go through here, get your radiation suit, just an extra chainsaw in case you needed it. It's just much easier to fight that way instead of having to stay on that platform the whole time. And then usually I just go up here like this and snag the armor. Normally I don't go over there for the bullets, but I'll probably make an exception here since I could use some. On that other side of the window. You can still see the guy that got shot through it. This part, for whatever reason, always reminded me of that part in E1M7, I want to say it was. I think it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah, E1M7. I'll tell you when we get to it too. Just they had the same feel to me as that trap. Probably because the textures are real similar. See, there's those computers on the ceiling again. For whatever reason, I never really noticed that. It doesn't make sense to have computers on the ceiling. Maybe that's just me. Well, that didn't take much. There are quite a number of specters in this level. And speaking of that, there's a bunch behind this blue door, but there's a secret way around. You can go. If you went in that way, they would all activate because, well, you know, they're facing the door. They'd be able to see you. Turn in this way though, and usually, can't say it happens all the time, but usually they don't notice you. Or very few of them do. Like that former human did, but by the time I got here, it wasn't a problem. And that's just when you start attacking. All these demons in here, you might not be able to tell with the light amplification, but they're all specters in here. And the way the room flashes, it makes them very dangerous, very hard to see. These here are just so. Now let's get out of here. This level wasn't terrible. Not really a huge fan of it either. I mean, it just seems like some of these levels start to drag on a little bit. That's just my opinion though. I mean, others might feel differently about it. But it's tedious work after you're used to going in 3 or 4 minutes, and then here you have to settle for 6 or 7 minutes. It's not a huge time difference, but it's noticeable in something like this. If you can, try to avoid shooting barrels up until you set off the trap. Although I might have done it a little prematurely, but it could take out quite a few of the enemies if you let it go long, if you let the trap go a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I think I might have tied it off too early. Whoop. So it didn't have the effect that I wanted it to have. And FYI, there's a door that closes up here. It doesn't open again. Well, I mean, it does open again, obviously, but it's on a timer, so you can't just rush out. Usually I don't have to deal with that because I like killing everything anyway, but I know there's people who like doing speed runs or something like that. And it slows them down because the door is set on a timer. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I mean, my lack of commentary notwithstanding, I think this has been pretty enjoyable. I mean, like I've said earlier in my previous videos, I wanted to do a Let's Play for a while. I don't know, maybe I didn't say it, I can't recall now, but in any case, I wanted to do Let's Plays for a while, but my problem was always not knowing what to say. So hopefully if I do this long enough, I can address that. Figure out how to make it run more smoothly as far as me talking goes. I'm surprised at myself. I think I've done a pretty decent job of it, considering. I'm not much of a talker in real life. I'm one of those people where you ask a question and I'll kind of give you a yes or no answer. I don't really expand on that answer unless you ask me more about it. But yeah, I think so far I've done a pretty decent job at it. I've enjoyed doing it, like I said. I think part of the reason is, you know, I know this game so well. I mean, there's just not much to talk about because it's not like I'm playing this for the first time or something like that. You're trying to gauge my reactions to like that imp around the corner or something. You know, for the most part, I know where everything is at. And it's not really that much of a surprise. Besides that, though, since I know where everything's at, I kind of just, I guess, rush through it. And since I know where everything's at, I don't have to, you know, think about, well, how do I get, say, the red key or the blue key, something like that. And that would help in that case where, if I were doing a Let's Play, I could actually think about it out loud. So in that sense, maybe this wasn't such a good idea for my first Let's Play, but I think all in all, it's worked out pretty well so far. I wouldn't say I've been going out of my way to have to talk as far as commentary goes. So I think that's good on my part. It's been coming pretty naturally to me, so I think personally that's a good sign. Besides, if that didn't work out, I'd have to start talking to myself, and, you know, that would just make me look nuts. I know some people do that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say that. Some people do it on a serious level. Some do it just to do it, you know, for fun or something like that. So I guess, yeah, if it came down to it, I could always talk to myself. But why I would do that, I don't know. I prefer more explaining to people rather than having to explain it to myself. Like, for example, when I came down there, I should have had my handgun ready. I wasn't really paying much attention to it, unfortunately. That's another thing too, I don't multitask that great. So sometimes when I'm fighting large numbers of monsters, kinda like that, I tend to focus on the fight more than the commentary. I'm like that even with, oh, if I was talking with like a buddy of mine or something. I can't focus on the conversation and